We are on a journey to read and possibly understand the most popular sacred texts of all time. We're going to talk about these texts openly and honestly. If these books are important to you, that might hurt your feelings. That is not our intention, and we appreciate you watching and listening to our slow descent into madness.
Why does it hurt so bad? Why?
It's an old book. Very. This is like one of the old books.
Yes. What? That's in the book? That's not in the fucking book.
So Moses has been gone for a long goddamn time.
He's just been out of the picture.
It's been 40 days.
What?
He's been on the top of the mountain for 40 days.
What is he doing on top of the mountain for 40 days?
Getting all the everything we just read. God told him on top of the mountain. Like the last 2 episodes. 3, I think.
Okay, because I thought it was like the way again, the Bible's not good at explaining what's happening.
It's fucking awful.
So the way I pictured it, I didn't even think about Moses. They just kept talking about Aaron. In fact, I imagine that Moses was just having like a panic attack for like a week and was there, but just like crying in a corner somewhere. Just like, I'm listening, guys. I just need to really focus on my breathing right now, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay. There's a lot of pressure on these rules, and just like, all right, Moses, we get okay. We'll do all the work. You just sit in the corner again. So I imagine that Moses was there, but.
Holy shit, I forgot that before God showed up to the mountain, Moses said nobody could fuck for 2 days.
How are you supposed to remember everything in this book?
I don't know, but that seemed like the most it would stick.
Because we're 2 horny boys who like talking about dicks? Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But no, I thought Moses was basically there crying in the corner, and God was telling Aaron. I didn't realize that Moses was on a mountain for 40 days.
Yeah, no, because they go to the mountain.
And told them
so they go to the mountain.
Yeah.
And you can't bring anybody, but bring a bunch of friends. But don't bring anybody.
Yeah. See, again, confused by that.
So they go and they have their dinner party with God in the next room or whatever.
The next room of the mountain.
Well, yeah. Because like they get to the landing.
We're on this side.
And they stop. Yeah.
And then God's on this side.
All that happens.
Sure. All right.
So, from. I don't even know. Go back down where the people. Nobody can come up here. Go down.
Let's just skip it and go to the end. Let's just go to the end of the book.
So in all seriousness, like
let's just go
from chapter 20.
Peter, we're in the book of Peter now.
Moses has been on the top of the mountain. When it starts with the 10 Commandments, and then the treatment of slaves, which.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that a good part where they get into
the cases of personal injury, the protection of property, the social responsibility calls for justice, the 3 annual festivals, God's promise of presence, all this shit. He's been on the mountain.
Oh, Moses just conveniently missed the slaves part?
No, he wrote all of it down.
Oh, he wrote that down?
Yeah.
I mean, that's important.
It's in the book.
Fuck you, Moses.
So,
double birds, Moses. That's what you get.
All the people go to Aaron because they've just been hanging out in camp or whatever.
Sure.
Like waiting for Moses to come back. And they keep calling him this Moses fellow as though they're not really sure who he is.
How do they not know? He fucking did the whole fucking sea thing. With
I know. And they're like, listen.
This Moses fellow.
This Moses guy.
There's 2 million of you. You're all fucking following me. It's me and then you.
So
you're the miracles. I'm fucking Smokey Robinson, bitch. Shut the fuck up. This Moses guy.
So they go to Aaron and they're like, we're not sure what the fuck is up. Right? But like this guy's been gone for a minute. Likelihood is it seems like he's not come back.
He's just dead on top of a mountain.
He's just gone. So make us a god.
Okay, now the people are being unreasonable here. Can we get like someone in the book who has some sense?
Aaron goes, none of this seems weird to me. Give me all of your jewelry.
Aaron, you thief.
And he
scoundrel.
Melts all of it down and molds it into a golden calf, and plunks it down in front of the Israelites and goes, this is your God now, bitch. Meanwhile, on the mountain, God sees this and goes, Moses, I was doing the rules thing. I was telling you about that. These motherfuckers down here are worshiping a false god.
No, what? But we're doing all the rules about slaves and tabernacles and breastplates.
You haven't been up here that long.
It's only been 40 days.
It's been 4. Oh shit!
You didn't.
I'm an eternal being.
It's been a
Time doesn't exist to me.
like almost a month and a half for everyone.
Yeah, that's.
down there.
Well, now that you say that,
It's 2
it
million
makes sense
people.
to me.
They got bored.
Right? No, okay.
And they
well,
were waiting on your rules, and like I wrote them all down.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of writing.
I mean, to
I've
be
run out
honest,
of ink so many times, but then again, you're an eternal being,
Right,
so you,
yeah.
just, you just make the ink.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think best bet here at this point, I'm just gonna go kill all of them.
But
I'm not seeing any other options.
no. There's a lot of really good options here. There's a lot of
Are
really
there?
good options. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. There's like so
That seems
many.
like the best one though.
Okay, listen. I'm saying this as a friend.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah, no, I want to hear it. I mean, you're my guy.
I'm your guy, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Come
Yeah,
on, like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
We're buds, right?
I mean, I like to think we are.
Yeah, like, so do I.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
We've had a lot of really good times together.
There was that time I was high on PCP and I threatened to kill you because you didn't circumcise your kid. I'm very sorry about that.
I appreciate your apology. I don't think it's genuine, but I do appreciate.
I'm
the fact
trying,
that
man.
that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
you and your personality quickly jump to murder, like in any situation. Again,
Right.
To go back to the whole thing about my son being
Right.
circumcised, what was your solution?
I was gonna kill you.
See, you're gonna kill.
Man.
Yeah, that's like you like to. So let me just go down there.
Okay.
Let me talk to him.
Sure.
And what? So they're worshiping a false god. What is it? I can't really see.
It's like this calf. They melted all their. Aaron got weird, man.
He melted a calf.
No, he melted a bunch of jewelry.
He melted a bunch of calves.
No.
He melted.
See, this is part of the reason I jumped. I want to kill you right now.
Again, very quick.
You're pushing me there, man.
I really didn't mean to.
But you know me, right?
You love murder.
I do.
It's like your
It's
thing.
my thing.
Sometimes you just take people.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's only happened a couple times because I thought they were. I was more like trying to help, right? Like not do.
But you did kill him. Technically, it's murder. Technically,
But they're up here with me now.
Are they down there?
No. Man.
Murder. So let me go talk to him about
Okay.
this melted calf they're worshiping.
Yeah. It's no.
And-
Okay. Yeah. It's not. It's
And
gold
we'll
though.
just 86 the whole scenario. It'll be fun. We'll get rid of the calf.
Okay.
We'll make some
Yeah.
meat chunks out of it. Maybe some beef jerky.
It's gold.
Some golden beef jerky. Really.
God, you're a nice guy, man, but you are dumb as shit.
Dude, thanks so much.
Yeah,
Really appreciate
you
that.
know.
I'm gonna.
So that actually happens.
When that happens, we just accidentally had that revival.
God sees the people worshiping the golden calf. He says, "I'm going to kill him." And Moses goes, "Dude, fucking seriously?"
You always just go straight to the murder.
And my favorite. Well, actually, I have two favorites. Number one, God says, "Moses, why don't you dip out for a minute? I'm going to kill all these people, and then I'll make you a great nation." So God promises.
How many great nations are there supposed to be?
I mean, if he
right
keeps killing everyone, only one.
Yeah.
But Moses has to explain.
Nazis wanted. God is a Nazi. I said it.
Moses has to remind God that maybe it'll look a little bit weird to other people if God rescued all of the Israelites from Egypt just to murder them in the desert for seemingly no reason.
No, but there's a calf, so I gotta kill him.
32:12.
Oh boy. Why should the Egyptians say, with evil intent did he bring them forth to slay them in the mountains and consume them from the face of the earth?
Moses knows God well, though.
That is the most logical sentence of this entire book. Dude, why are you going to save everyone and then kill them because they just worshipped a gold calf?
Yep.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time, to be honest.
It's my go-to.
That's what I do. There's a problem. See, a lot of times there's a hurdle in my path, and what I want to do is I want to stab that hurdle
Right.
until it's no longer there, and then I can just kind of step over it. That's like my thought process.
Right, but if this is the hurdle, right?
Yeah.
What about that?
Hold on. Do that again. What the? No, stab it. And then do the other one. You just step to the side instead of stabbing. Wow. Woo. I I might have made a few mistakes.
Just a couple?
I mean, like one or two.
Yeah, fair.
It's hard for me to remember.
Yeah.
It's a long book, you know, how many mistakes I've made. I really just stepped to the side, huh?
Yeah, just
wow.
That's why they call it a sidestep.
A what?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a term.
That's a thing?
People use. Yeah, sidestep the problem.
Is it like hyphenated or is it just one word?
I haven't seen it written.
It's one word.
I think it's one word.
Just one word. It's just one word? Wow. Just, that's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got, buddy?
Just really love stabbing.
And see, so this is the thing, right? Is that it's necessity versus pleasure.
I don't know what that means. I just want to stab.
That's
don't
not-
you fucking, are you teaching me stuff?
I'm trying not to.
You learning me things?
No.
I'll stab you.
Okay.
Don't you learn me stuff?
I'd rather not have that.
Okay. Let's go back to the book.
Yeah. Moses reminds God of his own God promise and convinces.
Which one? You know, there's so many.
And God says, okay, fine, I won't kill him. And Moses is super stoked on that. So he saunters back on down the hill with his stone tablets.
Just sauntering.
Yeah.
A sachet and a shammy.
They were stone tablets that were written on by God. God wrote on them.
Oh, fuck you, man. 15. You went doing 32, 15. Then Moses went down the mountain, holding in his hands the 10 commandments written on both sides of 2 stone tablets. Then it goes into parentheses for 32:16. God himself had written the commandments on the tablets. He just finger painted. He just number 1. No.
With backwards R's.
Murder. It just says red rum. Ah, you're a Stephen King fan. Ah, I didn't know that. He won't be alive for like another
Yeah, it's a long minute.
We got a minute, but it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna
So-
be a good time, then a bad time, then a good time again.
Josh hears some noises.
Josh?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Josh?
Ask the Bible. He's here now.
I vaguely remember a Josh,
Yeah.
but I don't remember a Josh.
The book literally just says, Joshua hears some noises and calls it out to Moses.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says. Hey, it's me, Josh. I hear stuff.
Hey, Josh, what's up? What'd you hear?
Who the fuck are you? Josh just said, it's me.
So, this shit cunting book
Yeah, fuck you.
is just like, well, it just doesn't say. He met up at an unspecified time, but he's been there. Idiots. So,
Pompous prick.
real quick, I want to recap what's going on thus far.
Okay. Yeah.
God says, don't come to the mountain no matter what.
Yeah, no one comes to the mountain but Moses.
But Moses, come to the mountain and bring some of your friends.
Yeah.
Like maybe 80 of them.
a lot of people.
So Moses brings the requisite 80 friends, and they have a dinner party.
Okay.
Then Moses gets called into God's sitting room or whatever,
Okay.
and he's there for 40 days. And at some point, he's just cruising on down the goddamn mountain, and runs into Josh. But none of the other 80 people waited.
I can't. Yeah.
Dinner?
No.
played?
Well, if you think about it like this.
Uh-huh. Like logically?
Yeah.
Critically?
Yeah. This is
As though this were a story?
Yep.
No.
Let me hit you with this.
Nope.
They were on the other side of the mountain,
Oh, shit.
and she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
I hate you.
So if you think about it like that, then yep.
So Moses makes it all the way down to the bottom of the mountain.
Josh. Yep.
Yeah, mhm,
Only
yep,
Josh.
Right.
78 friends not there.
Nope. And he sees that the people at the camp they have the calf, right? And they're also dancing. And then Moses loses his fucking mind.
Man, why is it anytime someone in the Bible got to be dancing, someone else got to be like, I hate that? Why is the Bible just a more violent version of Footloose?
It's a very
This happens all the time when people are like, dude, we're having a good time. We got this golden calf. Like, yeah, it's our God because it's just neat. Like, that's it. Like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't tell us to murder people. It doesn't tell us to cut off weird parts of our body. It doesn't tell us that we can't eat this animal because he fucked a man so hard. It doesn't tell us that, like, we can't eat this other animal because it's bad. And, like, we tell us we can't make steps because someone's going to look at my balls when I walk up the fucking step. This golden calf is just a golden calf and we like it. So let's just dance around and get a little bit drunk, have a good time.
See, I was with you all the way up to dancing. Now you gotta die.
That's where it stopped?
Apparently.
What the fuck have you been doing on that mountain for 40 days,
Some
man?
weird shit.
Yeah, I want to know specifically because when I say all that stuff and then I go dancing is when you're like, no, no dancing. That's bad. But all the other stuff was like, you're like, oh yeah, no, I think all that stuff is bad. We should stop doing that. But then I go and just, maybe do a 2-step or do like a little bit of a grapevine or a shimmy and a shake.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So Moses flips out and throws the tablets on the ground and breaks them. He's like, fuck these bitches.
He broke the 10 Commandments?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
For real? Mm-hmm. He broke the 10 Commandments.
Shattered them.
But how do we know if the 10 Commandments?
And then he throws the golden calf into the fire and grinds it up into powder and puts it in water and makes the Jews drink it.
Oh, what? What? Shit. I can't believe I'd be on the genocidal God side. Where God just wanted to kill all the Jews because they worship another God. Okay, again, drastic.
Right.
A bit extreme.
Uh-huh.
I can follow the logic there. Where Moses suddenly creates a golden powder fucking Kool-Aid drink and makes people drink that to punish them. That doesn't make any sense.
Jim Jones meets Goldschlager.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot. Well, okay, so every time we do this and I get to a boring part, I'm like, can we get to something cool? And then you finally do. I know you always do the notes with that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like, boring. The most insane shit you've ever fucking heard in a sacred text. We are still so early in the book, and now we got people eating gold water as a punishment. What?
I know.
It's Moses.
I know.
Okay, so he broke the 10 Commandments, which I was
shattered.
I was wondering, and I wanted to ask you this question, but I also didn't want to get spoiled. Yeah. What happened to the 10 Commandments? Because a lot of talk about the Ark of the Covenant and what to do with it once it gets made. Hadn't been made yet. Didn't really there was no temple for it. There's a lot of instructions to what to do and what it was going to look like. Yeah. But there was no Ark of the Covenant where the fucking 10 Commandments rested. And now I know it's because Moses got so pissed. He threw a fucking hissy fit, little baby temper tantrum. No! And arguably destroyed the most important documents in history at that point.
Also, the 10 Commandments themselves are pretty basic. It's not like you couldn't just word of mouth that one.
Yeah, but how often does word of mouth work?
Never.
Exactly.
Good point.
And Moses just hung out with God for 40 days straight. So I get that he's a little jaded by hanging out with God. But even though we do this show and we make fun of religion as a whole, if the 10 Commandments existed, if there were 2 plates with 5 rules on each piece, where they finger painted God being bad, 2 with the number 2, steal. How cool would it be to touch that? How cool would it be if this was an actual thing in a museum or something? That would be rad as hell. And Moses just destroyed them in a hissy fit. Also, if they're stone tablets, how hard did he throw them on the fucking ground?
Hard.
Dude,
he was pissed.
He was mad. Unless he was just standing around a bunch of stalactites. No! Shadow him all these stalactites and stalagmites. Stalagmites come up from the ground.
Yes, tights hold tight to the ceiling,
So that must also probably pretty cool if he was just standing around a bunch of pointy rocks and just shattered it.
Yeah.
Still, man. Yeah. Fuck.
I know.
It made people drink fucking gold Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Shit. Does it hurt them?
It doesn't say it hurts them.
They're just man, my jewelry.
Fine.
I'm drinking my jewelry, God.
Yeah. So while the Jews are drinking the jewelry God, Moses pulls Aaron aside. He's like, "The fuck happened?" And Aaron tells him the entire story. It just prints it again.
Oh, good.
Aaron just tells the story.
I love when the Bible does that. When it's
great.
The story's on this page, and then on this page they tell you again. Because I could have forgotten.
You could have. I mean, there's a lot of shit in here. If you try to read this book legitimately, you could forget all this.
No, it's a nightmare.
So Moses realizes,
Aaron's just like, they wanted a god, so I made a god.
and Moses is like, fuck, okay, that makes sense.
You were gone for a while.
This is the weirdest thing we're gonna do in this episode. This phrase I'm about to say, I think, honestly.
Okay.
Moses realizes that because of the golden calf thing, the Jews are now a laughingstock to all of their enemies.
Bitch. Where they at, though?
So
They didn't know.
he goes to the camp and he's like, hey, who super believes in God? And all the Levites come out and they're like, we super
believe in
believe in
God.
God. Yeah. Cool.
I forgot.
Go kill a bunch of people.
What?
In the camp.
I'm sorry?
Yep.
One more time.
All just go kill a bunch of people.
Kill who?
All bunch of people.
Like the Egyptians that were imprisoning us.
No,
for
like us. Kill some of us.
kill some of whom?
Us.
Us. You want me to go
Yeah. Go
Kill-
stabby stab.
kill some people that like I've been hanging out with?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
For however long we've been here?
Yeah, the book actually specifically says it doesn't matter if it's your brother or your father. Mark
Okay.
those bitches.
Okay. Time out. What?
Okay, so you know how you have swords, right?
Yeah, I got swords.
Yeah.
I got swords.
So I want you to go
I got
into the
pumpkin
camp
too. To show time has passed.
and I want you to put that sword
I can put it somewhere. Back in the scabbard.
inside
Inside my scabbard.
several people of this camp.
Ooh. Ooh. All right.
Go.
Okay.
Yep.
Stab!
So they kill 3,000 people.
Wow! What? Wow!
And then God's like, guys, that was fucking awesome. You remember how Jacob cursed the Levites? Fuck that bitch. Now you're blessed because that was awesome how much you killed people.
Jacob did curse
Yeah.
the Levites.
Yeah.
He cursed Simeon and Levi because they were too violent, right?
Yeah.
And now, in the Bible, in the same book, okay, let me get the Simeon and Levi story. Let me just get this squared away.
Yeah.
Seems like their story is pretty much wrapped up at this point right now. They might come back, but at least
For the time being.
part one of their story is wrapped up.
yeah.
So what happened was Simeon and Levi tortured and killed people who raped their sister, Dinah.
Uh-huh.
And then Jacob, piece of shit, heel grabbing bitch,
Yeah.
on his deathbed, said, fuck you, Simeon and Levi, because you were violent.
Yeah.
And I'm a good person who never once did anything bad. My name's Jacob. I'm out, dead, done, scene.
Yeah.
Cursed Simeon and Levi's ancestors and relatives, blah, 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 descendants. And then Moses comes along, does his whole thing, does a whole, let my people go. And then in the desert, hung out with God, smoked weed on the couch for 40 days, comes back down, mad at a gold statue, tells the people who were descendants of Levi, specifically, hey, you know how you guys were cursed for being super violent?
So a little bit different. Moses says, who wants to do some murdering?
And the Levites step up because they're like, that's what we do, baby.
Fucking shit.
That's our jam. And then they get rewarded for being such good murderers. But before it was bad to murder. But now it's good to murder.
Because maybe Jacob wasn't as much of a piece of shit as we thought, and God's the asshole. And when you do asshole things, God's like, that was pretty fucking dope.
It's in the Bible. Again, we're just reading this fucking thing.
Yeah.
That is a accurate story.
Yeah.
To my favorite people in this book.
Moses goes back up to the mountain.
And was like, yo, the murder was sweet.
He
Loved
says
all that murder.
he's super sorry that the Israelites did what they did. And
About the calf or the murder?
the calf.
Oh, yeah, that's the bad part.
And he totally understands if God wants to kill everybody still. And God,
Moses is okay with the murder?
and God says he will kill everybody when he's good and fucking ready, you little bitch. Shut up, stop telling me my business.
What? What?
Pack up, get on the road, and then he sends a plague.
Dude, this is like This is like the movie Hereditary, where nothing happens for an hour and a half, and the last 7 minutes is when anything happens. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Where is any of this?
It's the end of 32, so it's like 32.
Well, no, I'm not going to read that version. I'm going to read this one. So Moses returned to the Lord and said, "Oh, these people have sinned a great sin and have made themselves gods of gold. Yet now, if you will only forgive their sin, and if not, then blot me out of the book you have written." And the Lord replied to Moses, "Whoever has sinned against me will be blotted out of my book. And now go, lead the people to the place I told you about, and I assure you that my angels shall travel on ahead of you. However, when I come to visit these people, I will punish them for their sins." And the Lord sent a great plague upon the people because they had worshipped Aaron's calf.
Well, kill these people when I'm good and ready. Don't tell them my business, bitch.
I'm running it down.
Is this a tattoo verse?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah. What is it?
Exodus 32:35. And the Lord sent a great plague upon the people because they had worshipped Aaron's calf. That's super fucking weird.
Yeah.
And out of context, you're just like, wait, what happened? And then you give them the context, and like, wait, I don't get it.
What
The fuck? That's in the book? That's in that book?
So I'm gonna end this at a weird spot because there's something hilarious that God says that I really want to end on.
Okay.
But it's like 7 verses into chapter. So we're not going to do all of chapter 33 right now.
So we're going to start and then stop at like 33:7?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit. Oh, 6 actually, because I've got the thing of what we need to read. So
It just says read those verses.
yeah, because I can't make it any better than it is.
Oh,
Basically,
I love when this
Yeah.
happens. Oh, this is my favorite part of the show. And when
So,
it's just, the Bible's ridiculous. Here you fucking go.
God tells Moses, it's finally time to go to the land that I promised your ancestors.
Oh, finally.
It's happening.
Wow, this
I'm
is
going to
nice.
go ahead and I'm going to send an angel ahead of you. He says it twice. So he said it at the end of 32, but he's kind of reiterating.
He's reminding them.
And he lets them know, like, hey, just so you know, an angel's going to go ahead of you and he's going to drive out all of the people that already live there.
Seems kind of messed up.
The
but
Canaanites, the Amorites,
didn't you promise the Canaanites that land?
the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. All of those people already live where they're going. Those are all tribes. I mean, we're presumably talking hundreds of thousands of people. Mm-hmm. They already live there.
Yeah, they live there. I'm going to send an angel there to just beat it, chumps.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going to evict them.
Wow.
He's going to be one of those landlords on like fucking our landlords. They're just like, how do I kick out a fucking millennial? I hate them. They're douchebags.
But did he not promise the Canaanites that land?
No, he promised Canaan to the Israelites. And they've made several trips to Canaan, and God has like come down next to Moses and just been like, this fucking pussy ass bitches over there. We'll fucking get rid of those motherfuckers. For you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm really excited to have those people leave their land.
I'm sure you are. Giving it to you.
Yeah. Then
God says, I'm not going to go with you because I've realized that I cannot fucking stand you, and there is 100% chance I kill you before we get there.
These are his chosen people. That is what it says. Oh, I want to read it in the Bible language, though. It's so good in the Bible language. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck, this is so good. It is a land flowing with milk and honey. But I will not travel among you, for you are a stubborn, unruly people, and I would be tempted to destroy you along the way. I mean, like, fuck you. Yeah, fucking asshole. You stupid Jews. That's not me saying. That's God.
No, that's God.
That's God
Yeah.
saying. Fucking hate the Jews. God said that. Remember earlier when I said God was a Nazi? I did not think I was being accurate. I thought I was just doing a bit. Now God hates Jewish people. Wow.
Yeah.
Chosen.
Yeah.
Chosen. I'm so sorry, Jews. You deserve better than everything that's ever happened to you ever. Except Fiddler on the Roof. Fiddler on the Roof was great. Except for the second half. Really just the first half of Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
Sorry about the second half. I didn't do it, but just sorry that it exists.
So yeah.
That's great. I love that. That is.
Now this is my direct direct reading time.
Oh shit!
I'm
Okay.
very excited.
Okay.
When the people heard these stern words, they went into mourning and refused to wear their jewelry and ornaments. For the Lord had told Moses to tell them, "You are an unruly and stubborn people. If I were there among you for even a moment, I would destroy you. Remove your jewelry and ornaments until I decide what to do with you." So from the time they left Mount Sinai, the Israelites wore no more jewelry. If I were there among you for even a moment, I would destroy you.
Oh shit! I changed my mind. That's a way better Bible tattoo. That's so much better.
We can have more than one per episode.
We could, but I mean,
Also, I love that in 3 verses it says 3 times the Israelites didn't wear jewelry.
I also love that it says it in 33:3 that guy is telling Moses, and then 2 verses later,
He says it to them.
Moses has to. He's like, "Fucking tell your people what I said." Moses is like, "Do I have to say it? Say it verbatim.
Make it worse.
Tell them what I said. Go ahead, do it. Do it. Fucking do it." God said he can't hang out with us. Why did I say that? I can only say one word at a time. That is, oh my God. For the Lord had told Moses to tell them, "You are an unruly, stubborn people. If I were there among you for even a moment, I would exterminate you. Remove your jewelry and your ornaments so I decide what to do with you."
And this is while they're on the way to the promised land.
They really haven't even begun walking yet.
No.
Like, God is still saying, "I will direct you to where you need to go. I'm going to
No,
send an angel
this is
ahead."
literally God's like, "Okay, guys, circle up. So it's time to go get the land. There's going to be an angel. He's kind of going to guide you. Also, I'm not coming with you because if I came with you, I would fucking kill you."
Okay, don't know if that last part needed to be said.
All of it needed to be said in that order.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you only said it one time.
What was that verse? Oh, no, I said, yeah. No, I told Moses, right?
Yeah. Oh, Exodus 33:5 is the one where
okay.
Moses repeats it. And that's,
And it's so much more direct when he repeats it.
dude, it's so much more like the 2 versions I have are like yours, but the first one is just like, "I'm not coming because I don't fucking like you guys. I'm gonna kill you." And the second one's like, "I'm not coming because if I was there for even a goddamn fucking second, I would slaughter each and every one of you like the bitches you are." It makes it so much worse.
I know.
And mine says it goes from
It says exterminate.
yeah, mine said destroy, and then it said exterminate you, and then remove your jewelry till I decide what to do with you. Holy fucking shit! That's God got to be such an asshole all the time. The Jewish people made one mistake in the desert. And that was because God took forever with all these rules and had to have his fucking temple be exactly measured and also make sure there were no pervs in there.
Yeah.
So get the stairs out because perverts are going to look up your skirt.
And why does God know that?
Because God's trying to look up people's skirts.
That's what I'm saying.
God's trying to see your junk. And God wants to see what you got. He's a perv.
He put it there. How does he not know?
Oh, he just wants to see it again.
"I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment and consume thee."
It's so much worse. It's so much more metal. Like, when you make it more vague and, like, use bigger words, like, vaguer words, "I will consume you." Okay. At least he didn't just hang out with him and kill him.
That's, yeah.
Because that's also, again, that's his thing.
Well, Moses had to talk him out of killing him once.
Yeah, and then he realized his mistake. He's like, "Look, me and Moses had a talk before. I realize I can't really hang out with you guys because I'm gonna murder you all. I'll just kill you all dead. And like that's what I want to do it.
So bad. That's all I think about.
But like Levi's guys already killed.
Yeah. $3,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Not enough.
No.
Not nearly.
It's not 100%.
Could have been more. Could have been.
Thinking about taking that blessing back.
You know, the thing about my blessings is I can remove them pretty much whenever I want.
That's an interesting fact about God blessings because human blessings apparently you can't.
Can't do it. Also, you could do it. They just didn't do it.
That was my favorite part. I blessed the wrong one. Fix it. I can't.
No, you can. Just
No, I can't.
you could.
I can't.
You could do it.
I want to.
You already
Can't.
could have done it by now.
You'd think I could.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you
Just
could.
because you don't know how blessings work.
I do.
Do you?
Do you?
Have you made...
You're just making up your own blessing rules.
I'm everything proof.
What?
Shut up.
No. You're a stupid bitch and I hate you. Fucking, who was that? Was that Abraham?
No, that was Jacob.
That's Jacob. So many times people got the wrong blessing or like switched out their blessing.
Just in his generation. Because
Yeah.
it was Esau and
Esau.
it was Esau and Jacob that received the blessings.
Yeah, from Isaac?
Think so, yeah.
He was, I blessed the wrong one.
He was Harry.
I know my son's is Harry and not Harry. That's what other defining features do they have? I couldn't tell
Maybe
you.
their voices?
What?
Do you know how people sound different?
No. I didn't think about that. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lapse in judgment on me. Oops. Listen, next time I'll bless the right one.
You say that. Mm-hmm. Don't believe you.
Oh, look at me, I'm dead. Yeah.
Oh, that's where we're stopping today.
All right.
That's
well,
it.
This is a great book, and everyone should read it and use it.
Base their lives off it.
Really, just any sort of part of your life where you have a question.
Yeah. Concerns, questions.
Any big question, small question, just turn to this book. It will guide you in the right direction.
It will not tell you to kill everybody.
It has guided so many people in the right direction. Look at how many people have read this book and have done great things with their lives and murdered countless people. This book tells you to kill all the fucking time.
It does.
It's a murder book.
It is.
It's magic murder book. It's just, look at that. You stay on a cloud for 40 fucking days and you go down and you kill some people, but then you don't kill the people, but then you kill some other people. And then
Fantasize about killing all the people.
and you just keep thinking about murder.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Ass. And I can do impressions. No, I have lots of impressions. Here's one of me. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a whiny bitch. Classic. I can. Well, Halo. You do it out there. Ooh, don't close it up. I want the people to see what I have.
It's not present over again.
Coming from you, Mr. Tiny PP Man.